Every once in a while, I remember the strange thing that happened when I was a kid. The year was maybe 2002, and I was playing Ape Escape with my cousin. I even remember the level that we were on when we had this conversation. It was Wabi Sabi Wall. He was probably about 9 years old, and I think I was 7. We were talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, and at some point he said, "Hey, do you know about how Tails got his 2 tails?" And I guess I was a gullible kid, because I believed the story that he would go on to tell me. This is the story of how Tails got his tails, according to my cousin. Tails, known then as simply Miles Prower, was into building planes. He decided to test out his first functional aircraft over Green Hill Zone, but while flying, he had some sort of engine failure and fell into the woods. A piece of the airplane sliced Miles' tail in 2 as he landed. The story goes on to tell that Sonic was running by the forest and saw the crash, and then he ran to help. Apparently Sonic had some sort of medical training because my cousin told me that when Sonic got there, he stitched up the young fox's tail into 2 tails because it was cut in half, and Sonic apparently thought it was supposed to be that way. So I believed the story for a little while until I basically forgot I had ever heard it. But then years later, it suddenly came back to me, and I still think about this ridiculous story occasionally to this day. But what I want to know is, where did my cousin even hear this story in the first place? It's possible that he made it up, but I don't think he did. I recently conducted a half-assed search for the origin of the story. My original hypothesis was that this story was either a fanfiction he came across in the 2002 internet, one of those weird early Sonic Bible related stories, or some fake story that was in a semi-official publication like Nick Magazine or a Sonic comic. I have a vague recollection that he claimed it was in a game manual, but we all know that's not true. Like a savvy journalist, I took to the 2 most reputable internet resources I could think of: Reddit and 4chan, though I didn't get too many responses. There was one guy who claimed he made it up in 1997, got the idea from the Simpsons episode where Bart marries his sister, first posted it to GameFAQs as a gag on his Sonic 2 FAQ around 2000. This was my only lead, so I had to fact check it. Personally, I don't know too much about The Simpsons, and I don't plan on watching all 8,000 episodes of it. But I did do a search for any episodes where Bart happens to marry one of his sisters, or an episode where something like the story happens. Nothing like either of those seems to have happened in that show. But I did check GameFAQs, and I skimmed through every walkthrough I could find, but also didn't find anything related to the story. I was not too surprised that this rando on 4chan led me astray. So where does this leave me? Well, I suppose I just have to send this video to my cousin.